Hey, well, hello, welcome to Felixstowe Live. My name's Chris, and this is what this little show is all about. What I'm planning to do is start to put up a live weekly show that's going to include people, more about local people, and will invite more local people to come along and talk about what's happening in our town. And I hope I'm going to be able to include some news features, people who are effectively local decision makers like the mayor, like councillors, town councillors, district councillors, county councillors, the people who actually represent us in the corridors of power, I think is probably the word, and people like that. And we'll also be looking at local entertainers. I hope to also looking at people who are doing things in the community and for the community, because there's so much that happens in our communities that really doesn't get reported in any kind of depth, and I would like to see more. There you go. So what I'm talking about now is bringing up a regular weekly programme. It will be called, at least in the short term, Live on Felixstowe Live, and we're going to do it as a live show. We'll invite every week, at least once a week, we'll invite a guest, a main guest, who will come and talk about whatever their subject is. So maybe it's someone from a charity, maybe it's a local politician. We've got the mayor who's agreed to come along and talk about a couple of local topics that I find interesting, and I hope you will. So people like that, and we'll also talk to people who are like perhaps doing fundraising for specific projects. We've been working recently with the manager, that's Dan, and his partner Lucy at the Grosvenor pub, who are doing a big weekend this coming weekend for a couple or a family who have got local connections whose kids are in big trouble and need some help. Stuff like that. We can feature it all in Live on Felixstowe Live. But the big thing that I want to get to you is that you also have a big part to play in this. Because we're going to do this live on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, then there's every opportunity for people in our town, you out there today, to actually make your own views very plain. You can comment on what our live guests are talking about. You can comment on what our entertainers are doing for your entertainment, and you can comment on anything else you like, really. Whether I need a shave today, who knows? But the other thing that you can do is actually take part directly. We've got some technology that allows you to appear on our shows. It's very similar to Zoom. It's really easy to do. And I'd love you to get involved as well. So there we have it. That is what we're going to be starting to do. If you have any thoughts, if you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. If you've got ideas about things that you would like to know more about locally, then ask, because we get lots of comments coming up about different local things, councils, councillors, projects, stuff that's happening. What do we get back on it? Well, nothing. And the plan to do with this show is to actually start getting some feedback back from the people who make the decisions. So if you've got a question to ask the council, if you've got a question to ask the place, and you don't know how to go about it, get in touch with me, Chris. This is Felixstowe Live, so that's really all you need to know. Just drop us a line on Facebook, and we'll be happy to try and get your comments and your views online and get people to pay attention to what you want to say. That's as good as it gets. We'll be starting this as soon as we can, but the more comments, the more views that I get popping up on Facebook, the happier I'll be. But this show is both on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live, so you can comment in either place. As far as I'm concerned, the big thing I want to say to you is just get in touch. Okay, let me just pop that up and say, there you go. Forgot to put that up earlier. There you go. But that's the actual answer. If you've got something you want to say about our town and the way it works, so contact us on Facebook. I really want to hear from you. The other message I want to put out there is this one. If you run a local business like a cafe or a restaurant, and you have space to seat 3 or 4 people with reasonable social distancing, then if you would like to be on the show or be the backdrop for the show, then just get in touch. From my point of view, if you're the host for a show, the venue for a show, then we'll talk about your business as well inside the show, so people will learn a bit about you too. Okay, there we have it. That is it. It is going to be called Live on Felixstowe Live. And I'm sad to tell you, it's probably going to be presented by me, but I am looking for other people to help. If you would like to get involved, all you have to do is drop me a line. You also have to be a little bit brave because, as you know, at the moment, I'm speaking to about 10 people, I think. But over the course of the next few hours, I'll probably speak to a couple of thousand. Who knows? If you watch and have a viewpoint, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I'm Chris. This is Felixstowe Live, and we will, as I always say, see you soon.